Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. And when we went to break, we were talking with Captain Tony Jones of the Oakland Police Department. Captain Jones, I know our time is running short, but there is a notion that's prevalent throughout the community about defunding the police department. How do you see that?
I think that that's a perspective that many in our community have, and I certainly don't want to come across as attacking people with those views, because at the end of the day, I think we all want the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. We want a safe Oakland, and we want Oakland to be policed by police officers who treat the people in this community with respect and don't abuse their authority. I certainly feel the strain of the budget crunches or the reallocation of resources, because the teams that I'm responsible for that work ceasefire and are in the streets trying to prevent shootings has shrunk, and it's limited our ability to impact gun violence. And so ceasefire is data driven. It's been formally evaluated. Mm-hmm. We understand that it can work in our community. But I haven't really heard of any other proposals where we can say, there's some empirical evidence that we should do X, Y, and Z instead of, the police. And there's data that's proof that it will work. Because if we just start trying things, then what we end up doing is experimenting with the safety of the people of Oakland. I just don't know how wise that is. But I'm definitely all for thinking outside the box and trying new things. But I think that we just have to be careful with that. Because we don't want to experiment with people's safety.
Yeah, and you want to make certain that people understand that defund the police really should not mean that you don't give money to support those activities of police that are necessary for our safety. Now, let me ask you a question concerning the availability of guns. I believe we touched upon this before. Is there any way we can cut down on that availability of guns in the community?
We try really hard. We have partnerships with the ATF. We do a lot of things on the police side of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that the availability of guns, it's not just an Oakland issue. Guns are prevalent throughout our country. Like, it's a part of American society. Yeah. And it's just really difficult for us in Oakland to fight that battle when there's powers that be that are okay with guns being manufactured and sold at the pace and the rate that they are.
Right. Any final comment you'd like to make to the community, convincing or trying to convince them the importance of cooperating with the police?
No, I just think that I understand the reluctance for people to, want to be seen or don't want to work with the police or communicate with the police. I totally understand that, but we have to find a way to keep our community safe. Like we talked about, you seen what happened to Ursi. Mm-hmm. If Ursi Joyner can't pump gas in Oakland, what does that mean for the rest of us?
It means we can't pump gas.
Right. So we have to do something to come together to make our community safe. And I might not have the answers, you may not, but if we work together, the people of Oakland and the police who care and want to make this city better, then we can find some solutions.
And that, my friends, is really germane to what we're trying to do. Get people working together. And that will make a difference. Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Pleasure being here.
Captain Jones, it's been a pleasure having you here as my guest on All About Community. But don't go away. Our next segment will deal with BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit District. And my guest will be Robert Rayburn. Don't go away. We will be right back. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host. And finally, let me say again, Captain Jones, we appreciate you. We appreciate the work that you do. Continue to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.